Welcome home, cheater. This is the struggle of husbando lovers, I suppose. But ladies and gentlemen, hiya. Welcome back to Try Not to Grin. We are back, and it is so cold. But as soon as I start doing the things, I feel a heat wave hit my body, because my body's like, we were not born this way. We were born quiet and wallflowery, whatever we are. But alas, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Try Not to Grin. It's your boy. We're back in the memes tab. I always do these to start off my day, just kind of to. So yeah, we're starting it on the highest of possible note. I should have finished the meme that I laughed at. Child isn't happy about the Ayato reveal. Welcome home, shooter. So here's the thing, man. This implies some sort of like, I'm gonna stay with the person though, doesn't it? Or maybe it's just them being like scattershotting it. But if this is the case, you'll still say welcome home. Gah. So to me, it's almost like, no, you've done this to me, but I'm going to make it known that you are a garbage person to everybody we know. But I will stay with you. And I think that's just unhealthy for both of y'all. Frankly, fuck the person who cheated, let him rot in hell. But when it comes to you being like, well, maybe, and I don't know, man, I just feel like it's a bad bet. People tend to not change on a dime. Okay, it tends to be a year process where you have had to chew through sufficient suffering, essentially. Usually not brought on by the person who they were already willing to make suffer. But anyways, moving on. Sorry. Also, just a side thing. I'm about to finish Dying Light 2, the story. And man, I wish that game had more content, man. That game feels like a blast. Like, just like one of those ones where like, why couldn't this be a paid-as-a-service game that has like a great backbone? Fucking killer backbone, like just baseline content. The flying around the city, the grapple hooking around and shit. Not everything's perfect, the enemies dodge too much. But yeah, it's just like the general feel in the atmosphere. I'm like, I've been everywhere 4 times because I just like it so much. And you know, you guys probably relate, you probably have that game. DM, your party is surrounded. Bard, I cast Mass Charm. DM, what? Rolls at nat 20. Bard. I'm about to say, what happens? Do you become the mask where you're fucking like you, yourself, and I are just like a god? Or do you become the ultimate? Because that's the thing. Every single time I've seen a bard in action, maybe it's because they roll really good, but like the DM is always like, okay, you get like 22% extra attack or something. Like, it doesn't seem like, and I think it's probably purely based on the DM, which is like, no, I've played Bard. Let's give him like, he fucking wins. He destroys, you know? But again, I also feel like DMs are like, most DMs go by, I think, the basis of like, I'll keep your characters alive. I'll try to like MacGyver some stuff just so we can get cooking, okay? Or I'll give us some sort of revive nonsense. Well, like I got countermeasures, baby. You'll be okay. But the way they handle like the stat rolls and the way they handle like you having companions is crazy variability. In fact, I think 90% of DMs that I've seen doing like podcast DM Dungeons and Dragons kind of runs, it's always the companions that they're like, hey, you're not gonna roll a good enough roll. Oh, are you gonna go back and save them? Because they're about to die. Like they just torment these fuckers. Like they're like, no. It's gonna be rough. You're not gonna be able to keep them alive for more than 2 sessions. Sorry, it's just not happening. Ironical on fire. Dujo. Dajo. Laid is pronounced like paid, but not said and said. My brain had a whole aneurysm just managing that, and I didn't manage it. I gave up halfway through. Oh shit! The boy hasn't condensed his resin in Genshin. I forgot today. I got real caught up in some bullshit. Okay. Don't worry about it. It's fine. For guaranteed pity, you need 280 Primo Gems. F2Ps. Stop being so loud. F2Ps longingly looking into the distance. Yeah, but also this is like statistically the worst case scenario. Whereas if you start pulling in, I think it's 70 or 80 single pulls, you're basically constantly detonating the soft pity. So it's pretty good. Still doesn't mean perfect, but it's your significantly better option. You know what I mean? Don't worry, my dog doesn't bite. the dog. You dare overstep your mortal authority. All that shit. I can only condense one. God damn it. Don't know what it is, man. I have, knock on wood, never once had this at all. But I've also been like, if I get bit to death, I get bit to death. You know what I mean? I go in there with like the expectation, if I die, I die. Yeah, but never once had a dog have this reaction to me. The one reaction that it did have was sometimes they just keep their distance. They're like, you know what? You don't look like you do anything bad, but I'm not sure about it. I don't like people. I just don't like people at all. But doesn't mean you're bad people, so I'm gonna leave you alone. I'm like, thanks, bud. But I've always had big fuck off dogs, so I wonder if that plays a part in something. Of like when you like if you were able to manage and love a big lug of a dog, other dogs are like, I don't know, he's got big dog energy or something. Ichan, you don't need a pet dragon. You already have a cute fox familiar. But Morax and Barbados both have pet dragons. I want one too. Right. Again, we talked about this beforehand, but this is like, I would not say this. Okay? You're deviating from the character's perceived reality, alright? People who forgot how to dodge because they have chi. Yeah, right. You shit. Yeah, Bio has a shield, but it's nowhere near. Zhongli is the only chi ain't enough to keep your ass 100% alive. Alright, let's relax. First of all. Also, there's a huge cooldown. Zhongli has unending back-to-back to where they literally had to be like, let's create a whole new archetype of enemies just to fuck up shields because woof. And even if he didn't exist, Diona still exists. Like they still had Diona in the game. So fucking shit. Venti. Does Venti not have a second story quest? But Venti is also unarguably to me the best of the gods personality-wise, because he genuinely is like your friend, whereas the others both just feel like they're like, oh yeah, you. Alright, it's the guy. Whereas Venti's like, hi! Like, oh, thank you for being there for me. All this stuff, right? Everyone out here thinking with their goddamn pee-pee and hadada. Okay, not their heart. Don't know what they're... Ah, fuck it. I did wonder... So she's like, oh, you guys must be having fun on your date. Gah! And go, of course, Kaching and Ayaka. What is Kaching? I don't get the Kaching one. Maybe in the last quest there was hints of it. I think again, to me there has been no quest that has gotten close to the amount of like on the nose shit as Ayaka's quest, where Ayaka is literally like, you're dancing around the thing, she's like, let me like you, literally the straight up form of like a date thing. It's, yeah. And also the way she like reacts and shit, everything very much seems like this is the prelude to this being your future wife kind of anime bullshittery, you know what I mean? They can do a hard cut 20 years in the future, bang. I could take Beedrill. I could take Beedrill in a fight, right? In a fight, right? What does that mean? I don't see. The thing that sucks is like I fell for this once because I couldn't see the shadow figure of like a Pokemon. I can't see what it looks like. I think it's just a bug, but there was one that you guys got me on because I didn't realize that it was like a freak a banging a Pokemon meme, and I was like, oh, and I basically inferred the wrong thing because I couldn't see the background image. Anyways, fuck you. When I thought 20 years old consoles were, what 20 old year consoles actually, golly. You know what's wild, more wild to me at least? Like consoles, you know, that makes sense. But it's the fact that like the fact that I think an iPhone came out, or an iPod came out at like, when I was probably like 10, 11, maybe 12 I think. It came out when I was 12, and that was like pretty huge. And then it like a couple years later, it's now like easy access to the internet, everything, you know what I mean? Like I remember when we had those fucking flip phone BlackBerry nonsense things, and everyone wanted that flip disk, like open up kind of typing bullshit. And now it's like you have unlimited access to the data of the internet, to movies, to music, to just everything, to where you're just like, this is insane. This came about fast, like super fast. How did the check? It's just holding bunnies, YouTube, please. Just holding big old bunnies. I hope she is. This seems, I don't know why. People like, we asked this question last time, but then this answered in a different way. How big is too big? Because I think there's absolutely diminishing return to where it just becomes, you're going to hear your girl talking about how her back's just horrible. She's gonna be fucking bedridden and shit, or need a metal brace or a metal spinal cord injected into her spine. After looking around the room for 2 minutes, my wife says, I can't find the case for wood. Doom equals wood. I guess that makes sense. God, I look back, it's crazy how you can change. But like, I look back on it, and I might have had those 3 games that were just on top of each other. Ooh. Disc on top of disc, and you just had a fucking stack of discs in your hand, and somehow they always worked. So I don't know if I was just like no deviation, no like scratchiness. I don't know, man. Brutal. How to summon a demon? Cat food. Open. Rips your fucking whole shit open. Yeah, that. We streamed and looked at all these, so tune in to the streams. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba. Yeah, see, this was the meme I fucking forgot. It was this one. It's some sort of weird mating thing, and then she's blushing that I missed. So you banged a fucking flower, you creep. Anyway, in editing, I was just like, oh, I really can't see that far ahead. ERP is just turn-based Harada. What's E-par-E? I don't get it. Alright, the E Harada was crazy. Broke your whole fucking whole desk. Oh, that's just pain to me, man. Golly, how does that happen? What breaks? You need a fucking rock solid foundation. My desk looks like it's literally a my desk is a standing desk / workbench. That's huge. It's literally the size of half of my like probably 5 feet. No, I mean it's too much, but it's pretty big. And it's on these steel beams that go to the ground. Everyone, when Zhongli mains put the pillars down. Climb, yeah. Oh, dude, that's not even the worst. Also, this child at the airport is killing me. That's not even the worst, dude. The worst is playing with the main Geo Traveler in co-op. It is disgusting. Like, I'm usually the one that's like, yeah, let's just go with the meme. Jokes. I can't with that. It's too much. It's too real. It's too real to like actual pain, suffering, anger. When you're like, I'm playing Itto and I'm just starting to chop away, I activate my ult, and then someone activates the main Traveler's ult. Not only can I not get to them, but instead Itto's like, got this shit. Let's start doing this. And I'm like, get off. And of course, when a person climbs, there's like a couple seconds of delay to where they're like, yeah. And then you gotta run around, and it only has like 6 seconds to pop off. So you're like, fuck off. I hate you all. Who's Loki? Another person. He's a villain. Me. Excuse me, sir. He's a prince. I'm really hoping that God of War, because since everyone in God of War mythos is shitty and horrible, like they made everyone the worst, essentially. But God of War, Kratos, and of course his son Atreus, and of course some cool fucking blacksmith people. Anyways, but I'm very, very curious to see how they do this, because I feel like for me, if they do Atreus really well, they've functionally made like me hate all of the other gods and love Loki, which he's always come across as like a slimy creep in almost every instance that he's given. Either that or played by a handsome man who also happens to be kind of slimy and a creep. First of all, Fluff is coming in here with these animated memes, which is absolutely massive, okay? Future kids studying the history of 2022, or 2020, sorry. Toilet paper, Karens, yeah. Cyberpunk 2077, ooh. KFC console, I don't know what that one was. I lost anti-mask. Okay, there's another one. 5G causing cancer, TikTok coronavirus, toilet paper. I mean, I don't know, man. This, like, besides the corona thing, I think it's just, like, people have always been, like with the anti-maskers, Karens, with all this shit. I think it's all great. One thing y'all didn't mention is the insanity of like Mother Earth. Like Mother Earth was getting crazy, and in that goddamn year, 2022 or 2021 and 2020 was just brutal, just popping off in a whole way. Also cool. Ganyu mains versus Ching mains when Spiral Abyss gets tougher enemies every patch. Oh, right, this is a part of the cutscene. I mean, I don't know about that. I feel like Ganyu's just like, I'm just gonna do what I do. I still, man, I'm like, I just feel like, especially, oh, dude, I want to make a video about Kokomi because to me, I think it's just fundamentally madness. Just fucking batshit. But like, I'm almost certain Ganyu can basically be a support in the same damage sequence, probably as what's her name, Yae Miko. And Yae Miko, people are like, again, I'm just frustrated because I keep seeing people with like 240 or 220 critical damage and a weapon that buffs critical damage and a weapon that gives you 90% bonus attack, and then they're having to still use overpowered, like heavily investing characters that supersede their damage, Kazuha and Sara and etc. I still see them use those people, and then they're like dealing like 30k, and I'm just like, this is like the Yoimiya situation all over again. Give the same level of investment to any other person who is also in the support category, even support DPS category or whatever, and it'll be fucking nuts. Then the only argument that they have against it is that Kokomi or Yae Miko doesn't have a perfect artifact set. Sure. Do you think it's going to give them, like, what functionally is going to supersede their damage? Maybe. Hopefully. God help me. I already got her, so, like, fingers crossed. But the idea that, like, she's just underperforming based on even that is wild. Also, why the fuck did she not work better with the energy recharge set? Anyways. Event wish preview. Shangli and Ganyu. Mama went to the bank. I am so curious about the tone of this show. I don't even know how it's gonna be. But people be talking wonders about this person in this show. Don't get the wrong idea. I don't give to you because I like you. What the fuck? Then why did you? I had an instant. Okay? Such a Tsundere shouldn't exist. That's too crazy. What? Also, I feel like it would just be like, some people are like, oh my god, I would just genuinely be insulted because I take people, I guess, like, in reality, I'm not like this is Tsundere idea is crazy people, like on the dude side of things, who are like accepting the madness. It's like the same dude who's like I bet this girl really likes me, and she's just being nice. You know what I mean? It's like the same shit in this spectrum, except it's just like, maybe she just is telling you the truth and actually fucking hates you. In that case, get away from that person. They're toxic. They're bad. Walk the fuck away. Walk away until they figure out, hey, real world shouldn't work like this. You should actually be able to have to express yourself in a variety of ways. Jesus Christ. Get out. Leave. Exit. Gone. Crazy people. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, rant aside, I just think this whole thing make sense. Also, what a horrible, make you feel horrible. You're like, oh, I guess I wasn't special. I didn't mean anything, and well, I guess we just did the thing. Okay, well, and I'll just leave then. I'll go and pursue that with other people. Like, it's logicless. It's for the woman being like, hey, I'm just gonna self-implode my whole life, and the dude being like, everything that this person says to me is a lie, and only the thing that I think is reality is reality. That's both dangerous perceptions. Anyways, that's why it only exists in fake story that's actually bolted down to where, like, they're like, no, you're stuck together, right? So you have to understand all these bullshit laws and rules. Anyways, do not assume any girl is Tsundere. They may just fucking hate you, and that's for the best, that you just get the fuck out, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, also, what if they're not? What if they actually like you, but instead of saying that, they just shit on you constantly? That's an abusive fucking relationship. Anyways, fucking shit. Thank you so much for your time. Hopefully you guys do enjoy the rest of your day. Well, you guys are nothing shy of lovely. Appreciate you guys giving me a single second of your day. Subscribe button over there. We also stream a great deal on the channel right here. Hopefully I can see you there. Thank you kindly, and goodbye.